Good afternoon, everyone. Sorry, I put the wrong intro. Today it's me and Dimitro. Welcome back to our weekly market recap here on the Altredi channel. As usual, we will spend some time together reviewing what happened in the markets and trying to understand what might come next. So it has been an interesting week. Crypto markets close in the red again. But under the surface, we are starting to see signals that tell a different story compared to the panic circulating on social media. Also, always with me, Dimitro. Hi, Dimitro. How are you?
Hello, Rafa. Hi, everyone. Yeah, I'm doing very good, but market is not. Yeah, yeah. So it was actually a red week across crypto, both for Bitcoin and, of course, most altcoins. However, one important detail is that losses remained relatively controlled, considering the sharp drop that took Bitcoin down to the 60K area. The fact that the market is now moving more calmly is not something to ignore. Am I right?
You're right. You're right. Here we are. We have Bitcoin charts. So, as you just say, exactly after last week, violent sell-off, as we can see here, Bitcoin lost around 50% in a single day. Many expected further acceleration downwards. So, instead of that, this week we saw gradual declines rather than panic selling. So a different scenario for this week. Big acceleration to the downside last week, but this week here, Dimitro, we see some slowing down.
Yeah. And actually, when the market starts moving down slowly after a violent flash, it often means that like selling pressure is decreasing. So
Mhm.
it doesn't mean we have a reversal yet, but it could signal that the most emotional part of the panic is behind us. And yeah, we can say that market is more calm right now, yes, than it was like last week.
Oh yeah, yeah. This week is more calm. If I measure um, at the swing high here registered on the 5th of February till last Friday, if I'm not wrong, yeah, we saw a 18% drop in
That's very
few.
huge.
Yeah, that's huge. But this week, yeah, we had just some small downsides. So it
Yeah,
looks like
you got some stop losses or no?
yeah, I got some stop losses, but I re-enter again on the deep here because
Whoa.
my stop losses was, yeah, around like this level. And yeah, so I get trigger this time. So let's
Yeah,
see.
entering 60K right now, yeah, looks like a dream. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we will analyze the chart in more details later, but I'm quite confident that the price will go to 60K again in the next day to grab some liquidity here and some volume, and then maybe move in a sideways that
yeah.
will last for long.
Yeah, before
Uh,
that, let's talk about some macro, yeah?
yeah, that's right, Dimitri. Yeah, let's talk about some macro. So on the macro side, this was an important week. Let me show you guys the chart I have here. So this week we have the U.S. non-farm payrolls show about 130K new jobs created compared to expectation of 66,000. So almost double and quite higher than the last data on December.
Yeah, that actually confirms that the US labor market remains surprisingly resilient despite high interest rates and actually slower growth in some sectors. So, yeah, let's see about unemployment. Yeah, unemployment also
Oh,
dropped to
yeah.
yeah, to 4.3%. That's 4.4, 4.3, yeah. So which is still actually considered healthy, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. And as long as the labor market stays strong, it becomes harder to argue that the economy is in recession, even if I truly think that the real situation is worse than this data. But any case, as the chart is showing, we have a small increase, but now the curve of the unemployment rate is moving to the downside, so which reduces pressure on the central bank to cut rates aggressively.
Yeah, that's right. And yeah, I mean, that's 2020 spike. Wow. Yeah. Just
Oh yeah.
that's so
Oh
big,
my
going at
god. Yeah.
15%. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about some retail sales. Yeah. However, like retail sales showed sign of like slowing down.
Yeah.
Actually, suggestion consumers are becoming more cautious with spending.
Yeah, here we have the chart of the US retail sales, and so we have mixed signals. In one hand, the strong employment but softer consumption on this hand, and that is creating macro uncertainty because the last data on December show 0% on the retail sales compared to November that was 0.6%.
Yeah,
Dimitro, what do
and
you think? Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And meanwhile, actually, China is experiencing falling inflation and producer prices. So effectively entering deflation and weak growth. Does it have some global implications, Rafa?
Yeah, yeah, this has global implications. For example, it helps reduce worldwide inflation pressure, but also signals weaker demand. So it's making the situation very delicate. So on the um, Asia side of the world, the inflation is going down. I mean, it's like a deflation scenario, even in Japan. Uh, but on the Western side, inflation is still high and is stuck for 4 years. So it's a quite delicate situation. Yeah, and also in a few minutes we'll get the U.S. inflation report, the CPI monthly and the CPI year by year. As we can see, just 6 minutes left. So I expect numbers close to expectations, around 2.6% maybe the year by year, and 0. Yeah, 3. And yeah, maybe slight higher, but without major surprises. Dimitro?
Yeah, I would say that a natural number would likely mean limited crypto volatility,
Yeah.
while yeah, an upside surprise could pressure risk assets again.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good analysis. So let's see in 5 minutes which data we gonna receive. But before that, I would like to show you some interesting charts we posted this week on our social channel, like the smart money and structure about this Bitcoin and crypto moves. So let's move on these interesting parts.
Yeah.
Two charts showing what is really happening with Bitcoin. So the first chart is the cumulative delta here, Dimitro, is showing that
Yeah.
buyers are absorbing selling pressure aggressively throughout the entire drop from 90K. So when Bitcoin was at this level here, from this price till now, the buyers keep buying Bitcoin at every drop. As we can see, taker by dominant are in total control. There
Yeah,
is no taker seller dominant and no neutral. So what this chart could say to us?
yeah. I think that looks like classic smart money behavior. I mean, while the crowd panics, stronger
Yeah.
hands, yeah, like accumulate. So, and this accumulation has become increasingly visible.
Yeah. That's an interesting chart we should take a look on and keep
Yeah.
in mind for the next session. The second chart shows unrealized losses. So here we have unrealized losses that are reaching historically high levels. Look at this violet line, even beyond 2023 peaks. So historically, this tends to happen close to market bottom.
Yeah, and at the same time, margin calls are increasing. So, over leveraged traders may be forced out, creating liquidation cascades and peak fear. So, it means often near the end of capitulation phases.
Yeah. The last 2023 bottom, as we can see here on the price, Bitcoin price in USD, we were under 30K,
Yeah.
and the net unrealized loss was above 0.18 around here. Now Bitcoin is touching the 60K, and the net unrealized loss is above 1.817. So it's quite similar to the previous bottom we saw on the 2023 October of 2023. So once weaker participants are fleshed out and for selling fades, market usually stabilize.
Yeah, and at that point, accumulation begins quietly, and from those quiet phases, strong rallies are often born. So market bottoms never feel comfortable. They always look like the end of everything. Yeah. So and it like get so much fear for people.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and also we can see that flash crash, yeah, of October on this chart. I think yeah that spike on 2025 October. Yeah, this one small one, but still not that.
yeah. That's true. That's true.
I mean, but that's
We
that's a big difference, yeah, between this what happens now. But still, I think the market should stabilize a bit. I believe in that, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
because I mean we are reaching a peak on
yeah,
the unrealized loss. That's mean that people they don't have more money to stay in the market. So
yeah, and
if there
it's
is no order, no volume, the price doesn't move.
yeah, and like history is always repeating. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I remember so much people said that, like, for example, when Bitcoin were at 20K and then at 3K, they said that's gone, no Bitcoin anymore. But yeah, it always, I mean, updating you
Getting
all the
back.
time. Yeah. So, Rafa, question: can we expect Bitcoin 150 or even 200 this year? Or no? What do you think?
I think, yeah, there is some possibility, but maybe at the end of this year, maybe
Okay,
late
give
this
me
year.
give me Bitcoin on 100 leverage and all my money.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
Okay, we have CPI data. I think.
yeah.
Let's see that.
Let's move on the for Forex Factory. Let's see the result. All right, so core CPI 0.3%, so no surprise at all. 0.2 a bit lower, and let's see the year by year. That is the most important. 2.4. Yeah, lower CPI, lower CPI. So I don't expect a reaction in a bad way for the market. Actually, is a good signal. Let's move on the 5 minutes chart to see what is doing Bitcoin. Yeah, spike to the upside now is already retracing a bit. Volume are stepping in, and good number for the CPI report. So
Yeah.
yeah, as everyone was expecting, Dimitro.
Yeah, that's right.
So let's analyze Bitcoin technically speaking, and let's move to maybe the 4 hours chart. That is my favorite time frame. All right, so we saw a low near 60K here. The swing low is the SSL in the 4 hour, and then a strong rebound towards 70K. And then now we are gradual selling again. So a retest of the 62 here, around here, and 61K area remains possible as the market searches for liquidity. So the most likely scenario, a long sideways phase over the coming month marked by accumulation and exhaustions.
Yeah,
Dimitro.
I mean that was perfect analysis. That's all of that. Yeah, makes sense. And yeah, I need to say that often the most boring phases prepare the most explosive moves. Yeah, so we
Yeah,
need to be stay alert and disciplined in that matters.
yeah, that's true. That's true. If we move to like one daily chart and we zoom out, you see that here we have a huge and strong order block, this massive order block, and now we are entering here. So previously, this area was an accumulation phase that it stands for 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
from March till like October, and then the price boom. It just flight like a rocket to the moon. So
Yes, we expect something same even with updating new all-time high. Probably why not? I mean, it really look like that for me actually.
yeah, we have to analyze the data, the coming data, and the volumes, the on-chain data, and see if this area will work as a magnet for smart money and for operators to step in. So we need to see some volumes and we need to see some good signs. We maybe could see a fake breakout here and reach again the 40K, and then I'm quite confident that we will see a spike to the upside, because here it's already a good discount zone, and before it worked very well. And yeah, this time, I mean, the fundamentals haven't changed on Bitcoin and crypto. So this is just a technical retracement. Yeah, Dimitro, you want to comment or
Yeah, again, yeah, it looks like accumulation for me. I mean, right now. So if we are will moving in this zone, yeah, in that order block, I truly believe that we can like do some fuel to our rocket,
Mhm.
and yeah, this we will accumulate some, like I think maybe for a month, something like that, and then it's really even more, maybe few months, yeah, and then it will be really really interesting to see what will happen next, because if we will go lower to 50K, yeah,
Mhm.
then I think, yeah, it can be even to 40K, then I think we will be talk about in different, yeah.
Yeah.
approach. So yeah, right now I think it's just accumulation phase, and we needed that bottom actually to accumulate some money in that, and then we will just go to the moon. That's my personal opinion actually.
Yeah, yeah, good point. Fair enough. And yeah, as we just can see, and as I show earlier, all on this way here, the smart monies bought it, bought Bitcoin on this drop because the cumulative delta is positive, is into the long side. So definitely, definitely someone is buying here.
Yeah,
And yeah, but we have to see some volume like this, this accumulation here. Now volumes is too low because you see here, Dimitro, we have a very strong accumulation phase with
yeah,
huge volume, and then the price just skyrocket. So there is no volume yet.
yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so if this analysis was helpful, guys, leave a like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what you are watching in the market. If you have any altcoin in your pocket, or if you just trade Bitcoin, that will be interesting. Otherwise, I think we can finish here the live stream and see you the next week.
Yeah, thanks everyone, and yeah, see you in the next live session. It will be interesting, I believe.
Yeah. We are the third week of February, so yeah, the second month of 2026 is almost ended. So we're gonna be here every week to analyze the market and the end of the month. So thanks, Dimitro. Thanks everyone, and see you the next week.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Bye.